Hey guys, welcome back to our deep conversation questions. This is part 2, and we're doing human nature questions with this deep dive.
I'm sorry, I was singing Human Nature with Michael Jackson.
Okay, all right.
If you haven't been here, welcome. I'm Lonnie, the parental unit.
And I'm Kathy Offspring.
And welcome to our YouTube channel.
All right, human nature questions and go.
Are humans better at creation or destruction?
Destruction.
Creation.
I believe that humans are better at destruction because we can create homes. You know that from way back in the day. We can create homes using natural resources, whereas we are tearing down all of these locations and creating these wonderful creations, but we're destroying the world while doing it.
You're right. Cars used to be built where they would last 20 years, and now they're built where they'd last a year and a half, and you have to get a new one.
Because they want the destruction for more purchases. Thank you.
Okay.
What are the best and worst parts of human nature? Judgment is the worst part of human nature.
Yeah, I'm with prejudice.
No,
I think is
no
the
one
worst
lives
part
without
of human nature. I think that prejudice, racism, sexism, classism. I think that anyone thinks that they're better than someone else needs to look in the mirror. That's just how I feel.
The best part, empathy.
Kindness.
I think empathy is the best part. Understanding what another individual is thinking and feeling is probably one of the best parts of human nature.
Yeah, absolutely. My motto in life is do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Right.
I mean, it encompasses everything. If you do that, then you're good to go all the way around.
Okay. Of humans have made us successful as a species?
Kindness.
Kindness?
I think that if you're selfish or if you don't have a giving heart, that everything just falls apart.
So I think that connection with each other is one of the things that's made us so great as a species, because you know how you watch animals and they move in herds, right?
Right.
Herds are the similarities of families. And those families connect to friends, which friends become more family. It's just that connection is what keeps us growing. And there are people who connect even though they've never met because of
you're talking about social network, right?
Similarly, so like
kind of like this,
yeah. But like the issue when that man George passed away, and the entire world got together to connect for his funeral, and that. People who didn't know one another, thousands of people were connecting on a multitudes of levels.
Well, to me, that stemmed from kindness.
Okay. All right. Next question.
What makes people believe absurd conspiracy theories?
Falsified proof.
I think it's like the group mentality. Once one person believes it, then somebody else does. You want to follow the herd.
Is it like the telephone effect? Like, I took a picture of Bigfoot. It's not really a picture of Bigfoot, but everybody will believe it and everybody says it. Okay. All right. Exactly.
Yeah, like the shampoo commercial. You told two friends and she told two friends and so on.
Right.
And so on.
Okay, right. Okay. What's something terrifying that we've all come to accept as a fact of life? Death. I mean, it's terrifying.
Death.
Not to mention the fact that it's the uncertainty of death, I think, is the biggest portion.
The finality of your life. To know that you were born to die is a very deep thing. If you had to sum up the whole human species in 3 words, what would those words be?
If I had to sum up the human species in 3 words, what would those words be? Confused. Misunderstood. Advancing.
Here only temporarily.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'd like to be able to put a footprint on this world. Yeah.
I made it into like 3 actual like picked words,
Sorry.
but I get you. Whatever.
I would like to be able to put a footprint on this world. And
You did.
And
Hi.
Yes. I know that, but I would like to believe that I've changed something or affected someone or touched someone's life while I'm here.
Let's stop for a second. Did anybody notice that we changed aesthetics? Like, I'm the one wearing the pretty outfit. She's the one wearing, like, the Marvel and all that fun stuff. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Moving on. What is the best way to explore human nature? Is it psychology, philosophy, or biology?
Psychology.
I agree. I agree.
Oh, boy.
Understanding people internally from the mind is the most important thing
Absolutely.
we can do. You can understand biology and the human body and all of this kind of stuff, but understanding the human mind is what's going to help us expand. It just is.
That's also philosophy. I mean, those two go hand in hand. But if you can touch someone's mind or
Right.
you can feel something from their intellect, then you know the whole person and not just a mask or something like that.
Learning someone from the inside out is the best way to connect.
Absolutely.
If you look at someone and they're gorgeous, they could be mush on the inside. That's the whole concept here.
I mean,
All right.
I like to look good, but I would much rather have my brain
I have
cells.
blue hair, okay? Like,
Cookie
it
Monster.
doesn't matter what you look like. It is the person you are.
Yeah, I'm
Period.
getting ready to have pink hair, so we're good. Is human nature constant, or is it molded by culture?
Molded by culture
Can
or
human
society.
nature be completely changed by culture or society?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I mean, years ago we had slavery.
Right.
I mean, African American people were actually, I'm sorry, owned and used as
And
you know,
women
like a toaster.
were married off at age 12 to 13.
Right,
And there was...
And whether or not we agree now, homosexuals can marry and mixed races can marry, and you know, you can say you're a woman and use a woman's restroom whether you're a woman or not.
Right.
I mean,
Culture
that's
and
just-
society has changed over the years so much. And the great thing about that, and I know that there's discrepancies. There's people who do believe it's okay for one thing and not okay for another. And at the end of the day, my sole view of that is if it doesn't affect you, why does it matter? Like I have children, young children,
Oh, but
right?
see, we could get in an argument about this I don't want to get into, but
Round one. Fight!
But if a transgender person who's going from male to female can use a female restroom and still has male plumbing and Lillian's in there, that affects me.
How does it affect you? If that person hasn't talked to or looked at that child, how does that affect you?
Right, what I'm saying is, no, you don't understand.
If people use it for bad things, then
Right,
yes,
that's what
I
I'm
agree
saying.
with you.
Right.
But if they don't, and that's how they truly feel, how does it affect you? It
Not
doesn't.
at all. And I agree with you in that aspect of it. But I'm just saying I wouldn't want her to see that before she was ready to see that.
Right, and
That's all I'm saying.
I understand the concept, but if they went into a female restroom, there are no male bathrooms, so those doors wouldn't be open.
Right.
She wouldn't see that. See, these are the things, and I know everybody has their differences. The point that I was trying to make here, though, is that it doesn't affect me if somebody is transgender.
Mhm.
When I was a child, I dressed like a boy. You can attest to this. Guys, you see me in a hat every day.
Right.
When I met my husband, I looked like a male. I was in my early 20s. When I was in high school, I dressed like my older brother.
Right.
But I didn't do it because I saw people on TV or I saw people on the
Yes,
street
but
do
I
it.
also didn't run you to the pediatrician and put you on
But
hormone
not
blockers.
but not everybody does that. Mom, that's the whole point.
The
The concept of this is that people read about heterosexuality every day, but it doesn't make a gay person heterosexual.
I'm
So-
not talking about gay people. I'm talking about transgender. I just believe
Well,
you were born how you were born.
And that's perfectly fine, but if somebody chooses to change, it's just like dyeing your hair. It's none of your business what they choose to do.
No, it's not
Yes,
like
it is.
changing their hair.
It's just like getting, it's just like getting implants.
if
It's
you go
just
from
like,
having a penis to a vagina, that is not like changing your hair color.
if you go by having an A cup to a D cup, it's the same thing.
No, you
yes,
still have
it is.
boobs.
No,
You're not implanting an arm on your...
Mom,
I'm sorry.
the point
We
is
can
that-
disagree. It's fine.
that out.
Okay.
All right, so where are we at?
Is what we
oh.
perceive reality or just a construct of our minds? Can our
It's-
minds correctly interpret reality, or is it really subjective?
It is subjective.
Well, of course it is.
If I look at a cup from this angle and you could look at it from this angle, you could say the cup has a crack and I could say that it's perfectly pristine because you see the crack and I don't. That,
Right.
to me, is the reality subjectiveness. It's based on It's just like the art we were talking about in an earlier video. It's subjective to the mind.
Yeah, but even deeper than that, you can see a couple arguing, and your perception could be they have a terrible marriage, and those people get along just fine. They're just having a bad day.
It's like the thing on Facebook years ago. Do you remember? Is the dress yellow or white?
Right.
And some people thought it was yellow, and some people thought it was white. Is my hair green or blue? It's the perspective of someone. So I agree that it's our minds interpreting reality subjectively.
Absolutely. I watched a documentary on people with Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that the greatest thing about them is that as far as happiness, they like 90% of them are blissfully happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you say that about anyone who's normal? No.
No,
I mean,
well, children.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that's their perception of the world. Our perception of the world, because we delve into it within little idiosyncrasies and stuff, makes us unhappy.
Right.
The simpler it is, the happier you are.
Most people choose negative aspects because it's easier to remember. That's horrible, but it's true.
Easier to believe, too. If someone insults you, it's easier to believe than if someone compliments you, or at least it is for me.
I see. I don't care. If you insult me, thank you. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I spent almost half my life worrying about what people thought of me and bawling my eyes out because of something somebody said. And I've gotten to the point now in my life, I'm old enough, I'm done with it. If you don't like it, that's awesome. Do you.
I'm getting better at it.
All right. Is tribalism and people separating themselves into us and them groups a learned or genetic trait? Can it be overcome? If so, how?
It's
This
learned.
is a learned trait.
It's learned.
And it can be overcome.
Absolutely.
Just like when people are in cults, you can overcome that with therapy and understanding
Right.
in different aspects of life.
Yeah.
But it's learned.
It's learned.
And it doesn't really need to be gone over too much.
How does tribalism and creating in groups and out groups, religion, race, sports team fans, people with a hobby, help and hurt society?
Okay, so I believe it hurts society because of the separations, but not to the point where I believe like society is taking a big hit for those. Everybody's going to have differences.
Race and religion, I think that hurts society. I think that if you dislike someone because of the amount of melanin in their skin, it's just crazy.
I don't disagree with that. My best friend in high school was African American. I loved her to death. Hi, Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine. The truth of the matter is, it's the content of your character that you should be concerned with.
We just said that. Like, it's the inside that matters.
Right.
Everything outside is going to go away. You're all going to, like,
everything outside
deteriorate.
is just icing.
So,
Okay.
but I think it helps society. The way it helps society is because it allows people to have those differences. It allows people to expand their minds in different areas.
As long as people respect those differences, we're good.
Exactly. All right, last one. Yay, human nature. If pressing a button meant you received $5 million, but it also killed 5 people somewhere in the world, would you press it?
No.
What if it killed only 1 person or killed 20 people? What if the people were people you knew?
No.
I
Not
don't care
even
if I
if it
know
was
them or
somebody I
not.
knew.
I don't care if it's 1, 5, 500.
No.
I don't need
What
$5
kind
million.
of a question is that? I mean, greed is a horrible thing.
It is one of the 7 deadly sins.
But to think that someone would even consider pressing that button.
They would, Mom. There are people
I
in the
know
world
they
that
would. That's just so sad. But I'm very proud to have raised someone who would not.
Well, of course not. It's people.
Well, not of course
you know
not, because
how
you just said. I mean, a lot of people would.
there are people who believe that for the greater good, some lives need to be lost. I know that sounds horrible, Mom, but I'm telling you, like, that is something that many, many people believe. But $5 million is not the greater good. The greater good is like help for humanity, saving of the world, things of that nature. And I understand that
we lose people in wars and things like that.
Right.
I got that. But I'm just telling you, if I intentionally killed someone so that I could get some money, no.
To me, it's the same as if I shot someone in the face and
Right,
stole all
that's
their
not,
income.
yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that
Oh,
my
Lord.
daughter's like that. Okay, I'm sorry we ended on that note.
That was I'm sorry, guys.
But I hope you guys got something out of this. I know I did.
I did too. If you guys didn't see our deep dive into conversation questions that we did, our first step was going over
Personal questions.
personal questions.
Yeah, you'll learn a lot about us in that one.
We went over a lot of what we think internally. So if you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back to see us. Bye,
See
guys.
you in the next one.